Okay. So. Looks like we're live. I think we're live.
We're live?
I think so.
Okay. Should we wait a couple of minutes or should we just go?
We can wait a few seconds.
Sure.
Oh, but someone said hello, hello, hi.
Hi.
I don't know si tu as le lien. You can see the comments, yeah. To see the comments on the thing. But yeah, okay. Oh, I see bonjour. Okay, cool. So there are a couple of people watching. Definitely live, which is good. Yeah.
Tu me dis quand tu veux qu'on commence parce que du coup, moi, j'ai les slides en plein écran. Je ne vois rien d'autre.
No, yeah, I think I'll give it another 10 seconds and then we can start. Because there's still a lag as well, right? So yeah, you can start now.
Bonjour, bonsoir à tous et à toutes. Merci d'être avec nous aujourd'hui. L'objectif de cette session de Q&A, de questions-réponses, c'est de vous accompagner dans la réponse à l'appel à proposition pour Akwaaba Fest. On va essayer de répondre à toutes les questions que vous pourriez avoir. Et voilà, c'est tout. C'est parti. Déjà, peut-être commencer par expliquer ce qu'est... déjà, commencer par expliquer la timeline que l'on a. On a publié l'appel à proposition le 30 juillet. Là, vous avez jusqu'au 23 août pour y répondre. Entre-temps, n'hésitez pas à nous contacter si besoin. Si vous avez des questions, si ce n'est pas assez clair pour vous, on sera toujours là pour vous répondre. Au 3 septembre, on aura pris le temps de regarder toutes les propositions et de répondre à toutes les personnes qui ont été retenues. Et cela vous laisse le temps de vous préparer pour Akwaaba Fest le 25 septembre. On se retrouve tous et toutes en ligne pour encore être dans le respect des règles sanitaires. Et ça sera quand même sympa, vous en faites pas, on prépare un super programme. Un appel à proposition, qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est une invitation en fait à tous les speakers à proposer des sessions pour la conférence, pour le festival. Globalement, on fait une annonce à toutes les personnes qui pourraient être intéressées pour nous proposer des talks, des ateliers ou toute autre forme de session qui pourrait être intéressante pour nos participants. On donne toutes les informations nécessaires sur le festival, sur ce que l'on pourrait attendre de vous et sur ce qui pourrait intéresser nos participants et surtout les détails comme le lieu, la date limite de soumission et la date de l'événement, bien sûr. Ce qu'on va faire maintenant, c'est qu'on va passer sur chacune des questions une à une et je vais donner peut-être un peu plus de détails sur ce qu'on avait en tête derrière ces questions. Tout d'abord, on a commencé par toute la partie qui était liée à la session en elle-même où on vous demande en fait de nous dire quel format vous voulez. Aujourd'hui, on en a imaginé 3. Pour un format en ligne, c'est ce qu'il y a aujourd'hui de plus simple et de plus gérable, notamment autant pour les speakers que les participants. Parce que voilà, ça fait quelques temps qu'on fait tous ces formats en ligne, tous maintenant, et on essaie de faire au plus simple et au plus acceptable, on va dire, pour tout le monde. Donc, 3 formats, Lightning Talk, 10 minutes, assez court, un talk un peu plus long de 45 minutes, où là, vous avez plus le temps d'élaborer vos idées et d'aller plus en profondeur, ou alors là, un workshop vraiment, comme on dit, on y va pendant 1h30, on travaille ensemble, on partage des expériences ou de l'expertise, on met les mains dans le cambouis, comme on dit. Ensuite, on vous demande le titre de votre session. On a besoin de savoir ce que vous essayez de partager avec les participants et de nous donner un bref résumé. Ça nous permet à la fois, nous, de comprendre ce que vous voulez proposer, mais par la suite, si votre session est acceptée, de pouvoir partager facilement pour que les gens s'inscrivent et que les gens puissent savoir ce à quoi ils peuvent s'attendre. C'est toujours la même idée derrière la question sur le public cible. Là, c'est aussi pour que les participants puissent se dire, en fait, je suis junior, c'est un talk pour moi, je peux y aller, ça va m'aider à comprendre un peu plus le métier, la techno, etc. Est-ce que vous avez déjà donné cette conférence? Nous, ça nous facilite en fait la tâche derrière lorsque l'on a à choisir le talk ou l'atelier, de voir en fait la dynamique que vous avez eue, les sujets qui étaient abordés, etc. etc. Est-ce que les participants ont besoin d'équipement? C'est très important. Typiquement, si vous faites de la réalité virtuelle, on a quand même besoin de savoir que nos participants ont besoin d'un Oculus. S'ils n'en ont pas, ça serait dommage et ça sera frustrant autant pour vous que pour eux. Pareil, même question pour l'équipement, le logiciel. C'est la même idée derrière. Et ensuite, là, on passe aux questions un peu plus sur vous. On vous demande votre nom ou votre alias. Tout le monde n'a pas envie de donner sa vraie identité sur Internet. Pas de souci pour nous, on comprend très bien. On vous demande également vos pronoms. Comment est-ce que vous voulez qu'on s'adresse à vous? Question d'inclusivité, de respect, en fait. Quelle image ou quelle photo voulez-vous que l'on utilise pour promouvoir votre session? Qu'est-ce que vous voulez que l'on mette en avant? Est-ce que c'est juste votre photo ou est-ce que vous avez un artwork ou quelque chose? Voilà. L'idée, c'est d'être au plus proche de ce que vous avez en tête, de ce que vous souhaitez partager. Si c'est votre premier talk, si vous avez besoin d'aide, n'hésitez pas à nous dire. Nous, on est vraiment là pour aider aussi les juniors. On laisse une place vraiment spécifique aux personnes juniors dans ce festival parce que c'est assez difficile lorsqu'on n'en a jamais fait, lorsqu'on ne sait pas vraiment comment se lancer, de le faire pour la première fois. Donc, si c'est votre premier talk ou votre premier atelier, il y a zéro souci. Prévenez-nous et dites-nous surtout si vous avez besoin qu'on vous aide, si vous avez besoin qu'on vous assiste ou autre. On vous demande tous les liens ensuite de vos profils publics, si vous souhaitez les donner ou non. Cela peut aider, comme je disais, si c'est votre premier talk derrière pour aider les gens à vous retrouver. Ou au contraire, si les participants ont envie ou ont besoin de vous poser des questions supplémentaires, de pouvoir vous retrouver et ou juste vous remercier d'ailleurs pour le temps que vous avez passé avec eux. On vous demande aussi où vous êtes basé, parce que du coup, on essaye de rendre ce festival le plus ouvert possible à toutes les diasporas qui peuvent exister, afro-caribéennes. Et on est curieux de savoir en fait combien de personnes et combien de pays différents on pourra toucher, et l'étendue géographique, on va dire, du festival. Donc, on a besoin de le savoir pour ça. Et deuxièmement, en fonction de votre fuseau horaire, on ne vous placera pas au même endroit dans le programme. Enfin, sachant qu'on se base sur le GMT+2, c'est-à-dire l'heure de Paris. Si vous êtes aux États-Unis et qu'il a 6 heures de décalage, on évitera de vous mettre au début du festival à 9 ou 10 heures du matin. Ça risque d'être compliqué pour vous. Donc, cette information, elle est assez cruciale, surtout pour cela. Pareil, sachant que l'on essaie de toucher un peu tout le monde, à la fois dans les différentes diasporas et les différentes communautés, on vous demande si vous avez besoin d'aide pour acquérir du matériel ou de la data. Que ce soit un bon micro, une bonne webcam, 1, 2, 10 gigas de données pour mener à bien votre session, n'hésitez pas à nous dire. On comprend que tout le monde n'a pas forcément les moyens et on ne veut pas que ça soit une barrière à l'entrée. On ne veut pas que ça soit restrictif juste pour les personnes qui ont les moyens de faire tout cela. Donc, n'hésitez pas à nous dire si vous avez besoin de cette aide. On ne garantit pas forcément qu'on pourra vous aider, mais on fera tout ce qui est en notre pouvoir, tout notre possible pour vous accompagner. Est-ce que vous nous autorisez à enregistrer votre session? Déjà, nous, cela nous permet de faire un replay pour les participants. Typiquement, si 2 sessions sont en parallèle, de pouvoir faire un replay et permettre aux gens de revoir ce que vous avez fait. Bien sûr, on vous redonne accès à cette session, ce qui fait que vous également, ça vous servira par la suite. Et cette session sera accessible et pourra être utilisée à des fins de communication, de marketing pour le festival, pour montrer ce qui a pu être fait en 2021 et nous aider, on va dire, pour les années suivantes. Là. Hop. Et c'était la dernière question. On a essayé de faire un appel à proposition assez court et assez direct. N'hésitez pas, surtout, si vous avez d'autres sujets à aborder avec nous, si vous avez d'autres questions à nous poser, vous savez où nous trouver. Et bien sûr, si vous êtes là aujourd'hui, c'est qu'on arrive à vous toucher. Tous nos réseaux sociaux, Akwaaba Fest. Et n'hésitez pas, encore une fois, à venir nous faire un coucou. Voilà, c'est tout pour moi. Et je vais regarder s'il y a des questions sur YouTube. J'ai l'impression qu'il n'y a pas de questions de mon côté. Solo Lopé, est-ce que toi, tu en as? Ou est-ce que tu veux reprendre la main?
Yeah, I don't see any questions, but I just shared the call for proposals because I feel that's a good thing to share.
Yes.
So I'm going to put my camera on now and probably share my screen if I can. Give me a second. Okay, screen should be shared. Just hide this. So yeah, I'm not sure if it was super clear at the beginning. Hold on, let me just, can I not make it full screen? There we go. So hopefully you can see my full screen now. Let me just double check that that's the case happening on the stream. But yeah, so I'm basically going to do exactly the same thing Awa did, but in English. So afterwards, we'll probably make it very clear to skip to here if French is not your first, second, fifth language. So like I said, I'm just going to go through the same thing. Akwaaba Fest is the first Black Tech Festival in Paris, and it's going to be amazing. But unfortunately, the first year is going to be online and not in Paris, but in spirit. In spirit, we'll be in Paris, so it's fine. And yeah, we've released our call for proposals, there we go, last week. And we're just going to give you a quick rundown of all the questions if you're stuck, because we really want to have loads of first timers to come, and we want to make everything clear so that you can put forward your best proposal possible. So like I said, last week we released the call for proposals. They close on the 23rd of August. I think I said GMT +2, 11:59 p.m, something like that. But just that Monday, try and get it in by then. The decisions will be sent out on the 3rd of September, and the festival will take place on the 25th. So hopefully you're as excited as we are to, you know, talk and have fun, or even attend. So if you want to attend, and maybe you don't have that urge to give a talk or a workshop right now, but we do encourage you to, stay tuned to find out about tickets and so on and so forth. So what is a CFP? I just pulled a definition online, and here it says a call for papers or call for proposals is an announcement by conference organizers signaling that they are ready to receive presentation submissions by technical speakers. They're also known as call for proposals, call for speakers, call for participation, so on and so forth. So this is a form which is us telling you guys we want to hear from you and want to hear what content you can come and bring to our amazing festival. So I'm just going to go through all the questions and kind of talk a little bit about what we're looking for each one, and kind of explain each one thoroughly to, like I said, ensure that you put your best foot forward when you send off the proposal. So the first question is really easy. I mean, it could be really easy or really hard, but it's, I am submitting a proposal for. So there are three kind of types of sessions that we're looking for. We're looking for lightning talks, which are very short 10-minute talks. We're looking for kind of big talks, which are 45-minute talks with 15 minutes for questions, and workshops, which is up to an hour and a half of really imparting knowledge and, getting hands-on with a new skill or a new perspective on things. It's a tech festival, it's all things tech. Things don't have to be exactly technical, but whatever slant you have on tech, whether it's how it affects society, how it affects us as human beings, or even literally just, how do I get started with TypeScript? We're looking for proposals on everything and anything, and we're going to try and have an amazing eclectic mix of all the proposals that enrich the festival as much as possible. So what's the title of your session? Hopefully that's an easy question. One thing I would say here is it would be great to have a title as accurate as possible that really matches what you have, because if we have loads of talks coming in on a similar topic and we can't really differentiate from the title and summary how different they are, then obviously we cannot accept 10 different talks that are all on the same topic. So if you can have it as accurate and as representative of your perspective or how you're going to present this subject, that would be super, super helpful. And then a short summary. So if you're a first timer, this is your opportunity to really lay out what the talk is going to be about and what you plan to cover. And we want things that they don't have to be too in-depth. I think the more succinct, the better. We want it to be concise, to the point, punchy. We want to also leave with an idea of what the talk is going to be. The more of an idea we have in terms of everything, the easier it is to kind of accept a proposal. So again, doesn't have to be too long. We're kind of warning against them being too long, but just something that's succinct and something that really gets to the point. So something that's short and sweet, let's say. So whether that's a lightning talk, it's probably a bit easier, or a longer talk, or a workshop. And you do have other questions that I'm going to cover in a second that go into different details of the talk that you may not have to put into the talk, and that will become clearer as I keep going. So the next one is who will be the target audience. So for example, this may not need to go in the summary because you'll answer it. And I think the options are junior, intermediate, and maybe advanced people, or people just entering. I guess those would count as juniors. And this just gives us an idea of who the talks are targeted to, and allows us, again, to have a great mix of talks for different types of people, because we believe that everyone that looks like us should be able to get into tech and get started. And if they're already in there, kind of have those role models and learn more from people that look like them. So we want a whole mix of different talks for different audiences. So it'd be great if you could specify that, and you can click several, so you could have a talk that's just for everyone and anyone. So that's cool too. And if you've given the talk before, this is really, really important. If you do have slides or you do have links, we have been online for the last year and a half. Most of what we've done in public has been recorded. So if you do have any recorded instances of your talks, that will be super, super helpful if you've given a talk before, because then it goes much further than the summary and allows us to at least skim through, at most watch it in its entirety, and we'll know exactly what we're getting. So if you've given the talk before, we strongly urge you to share any materials you have, whether that is just supplementary materials like slides, or if it's a video recording hosted somewhere on YouTube or on a website of the talk. That's really helpful and strongly encouraged. Do attendees need special equipment or software to attend your session? This is mostly leaned towards workshops, but I guess some talks can be amazingly interactive and blow our minds. So if you're giving a workshop and people need anything other than themselves in front of a laptop, so whether that's a browser to do some coding on, an IDE or something like VS Code to do some coding on, that should be specified beforehand, not only for us to know what we can tell people about before, but also for people who are looking to go to your session to maybe prepare and download something beforehand, or just be ready to maybe be split between a session and their browser to have the best experience of it. So what special equipment or software? So I've kind of gone through all of that already. So this question is a yes/no question, and then you can go into detail here. And again, the more detailed, the better, the easier it is for us to have an idea of how well that fits in and how best we can prepare attendees for the event. So after we've gotten all the goods from you about the talk itself, then we ask you your name and actually, ask to meet you as a person, your pronouns, and then any image or photo you want us to use to promote the session. It's important that you have rights to use this picture as well. But any photo that you have that will probably go on our social media and hopefully by proxy your social media to present the wonderful speaker or workshop leader that's going to be giving the talk. And again, strongly encouraged. I think it's necessary to go there. Are you a first-time speaker? We're really encouraging first-time speakers to take the plunge and come to this place that we're making sure is very safe for you with loads of people that look like you to give a talk. So we strongly encourage you to just put something down, even if it's a lightning talk. You will light up our worlds, I'm sure of it. And also, as a supplementary question, if you are a first-time speaker, we ask if you'd need help. So, would you want a session or something beforehand, or would you want someone to read over things? And depending on the demand we get from those that are accepted, we are likely to organise something to support first-time speakers to make sure they feel as comfortable as possible. And then we ask for some social media stuff. Not sure if any of this is required, but the more information we get, the better. The easier it is to just have a fuller picture of everything and to kind of know how things are going. And just on our side, logistics wise, it's better to get it from you now than ask later. So if you do have these accounts and you will use them in that public space, please share them now. It's just easier. So that's what we'll be using on our social media to reference you and to highlight your wonderful talk before, during, and after the event. Where are you based? So this is important just to have an idea of you. I think I mentioned in French as well before, we're very Pan-African in the way that we're doing this, and we're taking advantage of the fact that we're online. So we want people from the continent, we want people from the Caribbean, we want people from Europe and wherever in the world to take part, and to take part as part of the program as well. So not only attend, but also be on the program. And so that's going to help us with things like time zones, because we don't want you giving a talk or like having to be up at 2 a.m. to, be there in the morning or something if you're based in the US. So that will help us, again, fix the program and make sure that everyone's up at a decent time and giving their talks at a decent time. If you need support with equipment or data, again, if you're on the continent and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I really want to give a talk, but can I last 1 hour with a data package? This is really what this question is for. Or if you're like, I really want to give a talk, but my laptop is a decade old and my webcam's not too great, let us know if you may need support with equipment or data, and we'll do what we can to ensure that you can give the talk that is closer to what you'd want to deliver, and that you can stay online. If a huge constraint is you staying online for such a long period of time, that we can try and ease that burden for you. And then do you give us permission to record your session or use your image for communications purposes? So it's always good to have permission for things. And it's good to get that down now. I think Awa mentioned as well in French that we're probably going to have things running concurrently. As you can see, we're running this in 2 languages. And so we have to tailor our stuff to loads of people. And so we may have people who are a bit like me who know both, or like Awa who know both, and may want to go to the French talks and then watch the English talks afterwards, or vice versa, or mix it up, but there may not be time to go to everything. And so if we can record and repost them later, then that would be great for not only attendees, but maybe future people who want to be inspired by your wonderful talks. So now it's time for you to submit the CFP. I mean, obviously not literally right now, but hopefully my little spiel for however long this has been helpful and enriching to the questions that exist on the form. Now is also the time to ask questions. So I'm going to ramble a little bit to give you guys time to type some questions if you have questions, but now is the time to ask some questions. If not, we're going to leave this up. We're probably going to link it on the page with the CFP for people to have a look at if they want to. But again, everyone is strongly encouraged to just give it a go. Just give it a go. We've got a short, simple form. We just want a summary of the talk, a title of the talk, and then any existing instances, like I said, of the talk that exist somewhere on the internet. So yeah, I mean, hopefully from all of this, you have been inspired to go ahead and to submit your CFP. So now I'm going to check if there are any questions. And I see questions in French. I see that they've probably been answered in French as well. So I'll give it a couple of minutes, but if there are no questions, we don't want to hold you guys up for too long. Awa, do you have anything to add?
No, just very excited to see all of your proposals and excited to read them as well.
Yeah, so excited to read them. So I'm going to change the slide as well. If you want to reach out, if you have any questions, you can ask us questions on social media. You can ask us questions via email. The best way to get your question answered, though, is to ask right now in the chat. So it's up to you to do that. And if not, we will end in a minute or two. But want to give everyone some time. Anything to add? Did I miss anything?
Well, I think we gave a thorough rundown of it.
Good. Okay, great. So I'm going to assume that there are no more questions and thank everyone for their attention. Thank you for being here, listening to this. If you're here, it means you're going to submit something. So we're looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to submit if you're here right now. And if not, you know, if you're watching this later, hopefully we've convinced you in this short amount of time. And if not, yeah, have a lovely, oh, one more question. Ooh. Oh, it wasn't a question, no more question. Just wanted to thank you for the opportunity. Well, no, thank you for being here and thank you for listening to us ramble for half an hour. And we're looking forward to see what you can add and yeah, whose lives you can change. I mean, that's a bit rich, isn't it? Through the festival. But yes, thank you so much. I'm gonna
thank you, everyone.
Stop it and yeah, say thank you. But it looks like I'm still talking here, so. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much.